What is up, guys? We are live. Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, we're talking about live cold calling today and exactly how to go out there and crush cold calling in your wholesaling real estate business. I'm truly excited for this. I always get pumped up to do the live cold calls and the role plays and really break down for the people, by the people, how to get really good at cold calling. So I'm really excited today to talk about it and really break down exactly how you can start crushing your cold calling business today, guys. Everyone knows I love cold calling. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm a big proponent of why everyone should be going out here and just start cold calling, because I truly believe that cold calling is going to be one of the biggest and most important marketing strategies for 2022. And I feel like it's really important to do. So really what I wanted to do is see how everyone's cold calling following me, and not critiquing, but seeing how we can become better cold callers together and get some training in there, and really seeing how we can become the best cold caller we possibly can. I'm always pumped up. I'm always excited to share it, and I'm always ready to go. So I'm jacked up. I'm excited to go out here and teach you guys cold calling, guys. It is time for you guys to get out of bed and get going and learn how to be cold calling the right way, guys. I'm excited. I'm jacked up. I'm pumped up. If you guys are ready, let's get it going and let's get going, guys. Get out of bed and let's get cold calling.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
I love it. It pumps me up every time to see that. I love it. It's definitely something you got to get going. It's definitely one of my ringtones to get out of bed. So pretty exciting, pretty awesome. Guys, everyone knows I love talking about cold calling. Everyone knows I truly believe it's one of the best ways to increase your skill level for wholesaling real estate, and honestly just become the best wholesaler you possibly can. So everyone just do me a quick favor, guys, before I get into it. Please smash that like button and subscribe. Helps the YouTube algorithm. And guys, let's get it going. So everyone's liking this video. Everyone's subscribing. Everyone's getting it all in here, and we're getting it going. So I'm pretty excited about this, guys. Like, I know I'm ready. So what I really want to do is break down exactly, getting into 2022, what some of the best cold calling scripts to be using, how should you be talking to sellers, and ultimately what sort of decisions you should be making in your wholesaling real estate business to be going out there and for you to start cold calling. So I think it's pretty important starting out to understand some of the most important intangibles when it comes to cold calling your motivated sellers. And what I mean by intangibles, this is the stuff outside the scripts, outside of the actual the actual game plan of cold calling that not a lot of people talk about. I know everyone, they only subscribe to me, they only look at me, but there's multiple cold calling people out there for wholesaling, and they give great advice too, but a lot of them don't talk about the very simple stuff that's not talked about at all, which I preach about because I truly believe it's one of the most important parts of how you become better, because a lot of these people cold calling only look at these gurus for cold calling. And then the cool part about that is they're all running the same play. It's like looking at, it's like any sport type thing, everyone's, it's like rock, paper, scissors, really. Like, guru tells everyone to do rock, and then everyone's like playing rock, and, sometimes he ties sometimes someone does a scissor, and that's it. And then, you think outside the box, like, hey, if guru's telling everyone to do rock, let's do paper and just destroy him. It's something like that, really. So here's a good example. Let's do a practical example. I know a lot of gurus teach cold calling in my market, and it's okay. A lot of them don't preach the most important parts. And I think one of the most important parts not a lot of people talk about is confidence. And I truly believe confidence is going to be a key when you're dealing with other people, especially if you're younger. Now, I was cold calling when I was 18, 19 years old. How did I beat everyone that was way older than me in wholesaling? Literally, I had dumb confidence. Confidence I really should have not. I didn't deserve that confidence. I just created it out of thin air, and it worked very well. I am telling you right now, confidence is going to be one of the biggest keys for you being successful in this business. And I truly believe it's something you need to start implementing for your success. So confidence, guys, I'm telling you, become confident in this business and you'll see a huge shift in your mindset, a huge shift in the amount of deals you're doing, and a huge mindset shift in the amount of really qualified leads you're getting to. So guys, start becoming confident. I cannot preach this enough. Confidence is going to be probably one of the most important things we're going to be talking about today. The next part, speed. Everyone knows I love talking about speed. I truly believe speed is another thing a lot of gurus don't talk about. It's being unrelenting. It's being relentless in your pursuit when you're dealing with these motivated sellers. Again, if you have a deal that's okay, like everyone's going after it and then they got all these people trying to bid it up. Being like having speed is going to be important. Or if you have that motivated seller that just like has to sell now, going out there and calling that seller every single day, if you know it's a hot lead, that's going to be the reason you're going to get that deal or not. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the most important part starting out in wholesaling, especially when you're going to get these deals or not. You don't have to be more confident than the other person. It does help, but it's not. Speed will trump that. The next part here is you don't have to even have more experience. Okay. You also don't have to. I think this is one of the coolest part. You don't actually have to have any money at all. You can destroy your competition by just having speed and just having that speed to go out there and just destroy this business. So that's the number one thing I tell you right now is just having that speed. It's absolutely going to be amazing. It's definitely one I recommend. It's definitely just going to be one of the best parts today. Lastly, one of the most important parts with your cold calling is, I cannot preach this enough, but for your cold calling, confidence is important, speed's important, but also having a schedule. I think consistency is where a lot of people get tripped up in this business. And I tell everyone that they're starting out in wholesaling, there's two things you need to be doing. There's two types of things you have to write off. I don't care you got no money. This is one of the most important things. You need two budgets, a time budget and a money budget, okay? You got no money, just put zero on that money budget. Pretty easy, right? But one of the coolest parts about this is you need a time budget, and everyone knows time is your most valuable resource. It's way more valuable than money, hands down, every single time. But what I can tell you is a time budget is going to be very important. I feel like a lot of people say, "Oh, Zach, cold calling's not good," and then I'm like, "Well, what's your cold calling?" Well, I didn't cold call for 2 days straight, and then I cold called for 2 days, and then I kind of got tired of it. Then I stopped, and it's consistency, guys. I would argue it's better to cold call 1 hour a day, 5 days a week than 5 hours one day. And that's it. Statistically, you're going to be like, oh, well, it's the same thing. It's not. I promise you right now, it's completely different. You're going to have a lot more energy for that 1 hour. You're going to be a lot more intense with it than doing the 5 hours straight. Now, I'm a crazy person, 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. But what I can tell you is, being consistent with it is going to be more important than actually going crazy with it. So let's talk about the YouTube channel, right? I do 2 videos every single day on this YouTube channel and then on the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, okay? I could do 10 videos one day and then not do any videos for the whole week. I think people will be pretty upset if I did that. 14 videos on Monday and then no videos for the rest of the week. Or I'll do like 16. I'll be super inconsistent and people don't like that, I stick to a schedule. Like I practice what I preach, even if you see it outside of my business. Make a schedule. I'm going to eat this thing this week. Make a food schedule. Make a workout schedule. Like anything really. Spend time with family. It's just creating a consistent schedule. I'm telling you, discipline equals freedom. I cannot preach this enough. It sounds like, oh, I'm not like an old timer that makes schedules and that. Guys, having a schedule gives me extra time for so much more stuff. I don't know. I can't express it enough, but waking up in the morning and having a list of things I gotta get done for the day, I can get it done in 4 hours versus if I didn't have anything like that, I can go out there. I'll have so much more time creating a schedule than I'm not, because it's not about how much you work too, guys. I can tell you this again. But it's not about how much you work. It's how efficiently you work at it. So that's the number one thing I can preach here. So guys, That's what we got going in cold calling, guys. Everyone knows my cold calling script. Go to freewholesaling.com. That's where it's all at, guys. I'm telling you, we just revamped. We revamped a little on freewholesaling.com. We're still working on some more stuff on it, but we're putting some new videos on there. I think we got like 4 or 5 new ones on there, and then we're kind of revamping some stuff on it. So you'll see some more videos going in there. We're working on some others and getting some more content in there for you guys and get it going. Kiali is the GOAT. That's a GOAT comment right there. Appreciate it. But what I can tell you right now is creating a consistent schedule and getting after it. And my cold calling stuff, it's all at freewholesaling.com. Really what I wanted to talk about today is more of the cold calling role play side and talking to you guys about your live cold calling businesses. That's the cold calling live today. We're live right now. We're talking about cold calling, and we're going to get some live calls in with you guys and seeing how you're talking to sellers. Guys, if you want to cold call a seller live and just be with me on there and I can help you, I'm more than happy to do that, guys. Everyone's got the link. I'll post the link one more time on here so everyone can get on here and talk with me. So everybody, how did you get on? I didn't get on. Guys, it's literally post in the comments. It's literally right here. Okay. This is it. Oops. This is it. It's right there. Easy to go, right? So that's the StreamYard link. If you want to hop on and talk to me about cold calling, I'm more than happy to do it. I got no ego. I'm not going to charge you anything, guys. Freewholesaling.com is where everything's at if you want to learn the fundamentals of it. But we're going to talk about tangibles. We're going to talk a lot about wholesaling. I feel like so many people learn so much by watching me cold call live. I got 40, 50, almost 100 hours in freewholesaling.com. I know I have hundreds of hours on this YouTube channel, just me live cold calling. But guys, that's not what it's about today. Today is going to be more about the live calling and seeing how I can do it. If you think you have too much experience, I can always try to trip you up and see how well you do under some hot pressure. If you're brand new, I'm not going to stress you out at all. We're just going to go through the motions and see how well you can go through the motions. If for everyone's experience level, I want to help everyone from beginner to advance. I'm just here to help, and that's kind of what I want to do today. So let's get it going, guys. Let's see if we got any questions, and we'll get into having to talk to people and get it going. But I'm always excited. So let's get it going. Quentin's got a guru ad before the live stream every single time. These gurus spending hundreds of dollars, almost thousands of dollars every single day on advertisements to pull you in. Okay. There's a reason why I don't give you ads, because I'm not selling you anything. If you start seeing me post ads on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that, just know I'm selling a course, and everyone should just banish me. Okay. I'm telling you. All right. I don't do ads. If you see an ad, it's not free. They're going to funnel you into something. Hence why I have no ads. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. Tavon. Let's get it, bro. I love it. I love it. Yasin says, how do you track your follow-ups? I track my follow-ups with Podio. Get it going. Appreciate the calls. I appreciate it. Estevan says, let's go. Trying to get better at cold calls. I feel like that's my struggle. I'm here to help. You're more chances to be consistent the more days you decide to act on that action. Justin's got it right. I don't like having so many numbers to dial. They're all wrong or disconnected, wasting time. Let me know you skip tracing and your list pulling to help me out a lot here. All right, let's get it. Let's answer one question and get into it. How do you determine a wholesale fee in your market? As much as I can. I mean, if my wholesale fee is going to be $1,000, it'll be $1,000. If wholesale fee is going to be $60K, it's going to be $60K, you know? That's really how I sort of decide what it's going to be. But yeah, guys, let's get it going. So let's pop one thing up here. Let's change it up. All right, like that. Graham.
Hey, Zach, can you hear me?
I'm doing good, man. How are you? I can hear you.
Yep, good. Awesome.
Looks
Just
like
thought I'd jump on.
Flag out the window behind you.
Yeah, no, I've got a couple of Australian ones on rotate just for today. But no, that's cool. I just thought I'd give you a bit of Australiana, so that's cool. Hey, I just thought I'd jump on and I spoke to you. I did the interview about a month ago, so I thought I'd jump on your show and learn off the master, the cold calling master.
We got the that interview was great, man. FYI, it'll probably get released. I have so many scheduled videos just because I do so many. I'm always paranoid that like, I'm going to get sick or something for like a week or two and I can't do a live stream. So I have so many recorded videos. It's crazy. And they all take forever to edit because they're all in like 8K. So it's still, I think it's an editing process still, but our interview should be posted on my channel probably in a month.
Yeah, no, that's cool. No,
be exciting, man.
I enjoyed it. It was really good, and having a chat with you after the show as well was really good. Getting some advice on stuff. So,
oh yeah, love it.
Always that's what I love about you, Zach. You're always trying to help out as much as you can. So I appreciated you hanging in the studio afterwards for a bit of a chat. And
love it.
Yeah. And today's all about cold calling, mate. So I'm just here as a student. I've watched a lot of your cold calling, videos and live cold calling. So yeah, I've just jumped in to say hello and to actually learn off the master.
I love it, man. Do you have VAs cold calling for you right now?
No, I don't actually do a lot of direct marketing, front end marketing, a little bit of text messaging still, but I used to have a cold caller once upon a time, but I do a lot of actually what your show was yesterday. I do a lot of organic Facebook stuff and everything you were saying. I'm just like, yeah, he's nailed it. That's the sort of stuff I've been doing, networking and all that sort of stuff. So I watched most of that. And you had a troll on. You had some guy calling BS or something. That was me.
Oh my gosh. I saw that. You already know. You already have the live streaming thing. The problem is Facebook doesn't let me see who it is.
Yeah, I've just been trying to hook it up now. But you said, you're never too, people say you're too old to use social media. And I wrote, yeah, that's BS, meaning it's BS that you're too old because I'm 51 and I've just started. And then next thing I hear Zach saying, hey, I think I've got a troll on it. This guy's been trolling me and now he's calling out BS. And that's why I put the Australian flag in there so you knew it was me.
I love it.
that was funny. I had to laugh. I just thought Zach's thinking he's being trolled, and it's his dodgy step uncle from Australia just trying to send him messages. So we got there in the end. But no, that was a great session yesterday. I mean, that's what I'm doing now. I don't do much cold calling, but I still think you need to sharpen your skills for when you do get on the phone and talk to people, even at the acquisition stage. So I don't think you can ever get enough of talking on the phone. And I've watched a lot of your ones where you get on and talk to for sale by owners and for rent by owners. That's where I did a lot of practicing back in the day when I was back in the early Zoom calls with you, Zach. So, yeah, no, I love your stuff. I'll jump off, let someone else jump in. But, yeah, love the stuff. And I think everyone's just got to listen to, because like you said, you cut your teeth in the dorm room for 12 months for hours on end each day. So that's what you got to do, Zach, isn't it? You got to get on the phone.
That's it. I'm trying to find your group. Is this no? Hold on.
Oh, it's REI Collaborate Network JV. So exactly what you were talking about yesterday. So that's sort of what that group's all about, is to just hook up with other people, especially with virtual markets now. Jump in virtual markets, get to know people, put yourself out there, and just network with people. So hence how I met you, Zach, back in the early days of your group, was jumping in your Zoom calls. And I actually did I think once upon a time you got me on and we did some role play and you hammered me. You absolutely hammered me. I think I went in the corner and sucked my thumb for a half an hour after the call.
My gosh.
You gave me a hard time, but made me stronger, made me practice more.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to make fun of anyone or something, but like the problem is if I baby some person on a cold calling thing and they think it's all peaches and cream, and then they go out there and someone just screaming at them, they're like, this isn't anything like Zach said. I don't want to, if someone's brand new, I'll be easy on them. But like, obviously, if you're tough enough, got thick enough skin, you can deal with it. It's a great learning experience. I can tell you right now, it's some of the hardest cold calls I've ever done, just getting screamed at and me just popping in my head some random thing to say. I was like, dang, that's a good one. I don't know. Sometimes stress brings the best out of me. I remember when I was starting out, I got some of the hardest objections ever. And I went through them. Like, one of the objections I always got is like, hey, you're too young to be buying houses. And I was like, hey, me and my partner are going to buy them. That was my cash. I never even thought about that in my life. It's like the muse just comes in. So I agree with what you're saying, man. I love your group, man. Everything I've been saying, I've been preaching. I preach what I say. When I say I want to get a ton of JV deals done for me to make a bunch of money in my business, I do it. Like, I just provide value in my group. I can tell right now, membership like coming in, we have the largest wholesaling Facebook group out there with new members coming in. We're getting about 1,000 members a week. You can even look it up. We got groups that are the biggest groups in wholesaling right now are getting like 200 members a week. So we're probably the largest growing group. And I'm telling you, it pours in JVing deals. Like, I'm just saying, the more you provide in the group, the more it's going to grow. I don't have to go out there and tell people about the group anymore. Just people search wholesaling, it pops up. And that provides a lot of money for me for my wholesaling. And I love it, man. And I don't have to sell courses. I can just help the people out. And I love it. But yeah, I'm telling you, create a personal brand. You won't even have to worry about marketing the rest of your life.
Yeah. Another thing, Zach, look, you'll be able to, especially new people. What do you think the benefit is for new people to hook up and collaborate with people at the start? Like, can you imagine? And the scenario would be a new guy. I'm fresh today. I hook up with Zach, and I'm able to learn off you, aren't I, as we do a deal together? So, what's your advice on that to new people?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, like, you're brand new, collaborating is going to be great. I don't. The problem is, I look at collaborating and JVing as a side part of my business. Like, if I'm making $500K a year, I could probably add in JVing and add an extra $100K. That's going to be amazing. It's not going to be my entire thing, but I think it's another tool for the marketing that's going to help you out. And I look at it as free marketing. I love free marketing. That's the way it's literally free market. I don't have to work for it. I don't have to market. I don't have to cold call. I don't have to manage a VA for it. It just comes in. It's pretty important starting out. But I want most people to understand that it's a little niche. Like, that thing's a little niche sometimes. I would say if people do it by themselves and they get good at it, about 75% still going to be yourself. It's just an extra quarter that's going to push people like past the limits. But I think it's important, like having a support system. Everyone knows wholesaling is a very lonely business. That's why I love going live, talking to fellow crazy people trying to learn this business, and having success stories and going from there. So it's very important. But again, you have to have a pulse on it. I always tell everyone, don't trust yet. You have to verify. Even with me, like, still, if I'm going to JV with you, still have some protections for yourself. I can tell you right now, it's going to help you out a lot.
Yeah, due diligence. You got to do your due diligence, don't you? And you've got to find people that are the right fit. One last question before I jump off, Zach. With cold calling, do you think it'd be good for, like, say, half a dozen people to get together and do a Zoom call and role play cold calling? Like, do you know people that do that?
Yeah, I used to do it. I'm telling you, I'm getting a little busier. So that is a major issue. But I think just doing a Zoom and going over the cold calling is going to be good. It's kind of like what I'm doing right now. It's still pretty important. The most important thing I can tell you right now for your wholesaling business is joining things like this and looking at live cold calls too. So yeah, Zoom's going to be really good. But overall, what I can tell you is practicing by yourself and just going out there and cold calling like the 4-star buyer is probably going to have the best growth.
Actually, that's just giving me an idea. What about you get 6 people together and you just do live calls? You take it in turn and you're on Zoom, but you've got the cell phone and you do live calls and you take it in turn. So all of you can watch it and you take it in turns. That'd be a good little crew, wouldn't it? Get 6 people together, do it all. You can do it virtually. You can do it 6 people on a Zoom call. And then one person dials. And then when he's finished and he's got hammered, everyone comes back in and critiques it and goes, yeah, man, that was tough. That was tough. Because that's a really good support network. Rather than sitting there trying to do it by yourself when you're new, that'd be actually not a bad idea. I mean, I'm not talking about you because obviously you're too busy, but there's people. Say there's people watching now that they could, if they know people in this group, they could get together a little cell group once a week and be on a Zoom, but take it in turns of doing a live cold call. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. That's in the trenches learning, isn't it? Especially if you get abused by someone and you got your support network there going, oh man, that was brutal. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that'd be a good idea. I mean, yeah, that's probably an idea for some of the people watching to jump in. I mean, I'd do something like that. All right, I better jump off. I always appreciate the education you give us all, Zach, and all the time you put in. So, unfortunately, I've had to run with the Australian flag because you haven't got your American one in the background. You've got, it looks like you're is that the Gold Coast you've got there? Is that
that ain't the Gold Coast? I think that's
the Gold Coast. Is that the Great Barrier Reef there in the background?
I think it's California.
Yeah.
They ain't got
rocks. All right, I'm going to jump off and let someone else jump in. Appreciate your time. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And do a bit of work on Rick for me. I'd love to get Rick on the podcast next year with his direct mail and some of his
let's do it.
Some of his what we call lightning bolts. You can drop some lightning bolts on the Thunder from Down Under podcast next year. So can you work on him for me? And
just message me a date. I'll get him on there.
Yeah, get him on there. He's awesome. I love watching Rick. Very, very level-headed. So no, that'd be awesome. All right, enjoy the festive season, and I really appreciate it, Zach. Thanks for
all right. No worries.
Appreciate another year of good advice. See you, mate.
All right, see you, man. Have a great one.
All right, see ya.
All righty, let's get some questions we got. All righty. Let's see. All right. Corey says I would hop on a video, but I'm at work, unfortunately. All right. No big deal. Let's see. Really love that idea. Love it. Love it. Collaborative action. Boom. Awesome. 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 Let's get it. All right. So appreciate that, Graham. It's awesome. All right. Let's see who else we got. Tone. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's going on? I got my phone with me at the moment, but I have a couple of questions. I've recently all right, so first, thank you for all the information.
You're gonna have to speak up.
Thank you for all the information that you shared because it's very valuable.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And I've recently, started wholesaling for about 4 weeks now, and it has been kind of tough. But my market is the way I market is cold calling, and where I market in is probate. So in my area, we actually have like in probate specifically, we have the numbers actually in files, in the court system or whatever. So I have direct numbers. I've called probably like 500 numbers. I've actually had people talk to me back like maybe 100 times, but my problem is the conversion from being on the phone to actually going to a seller's appointment. And I actually went on my first seller's appointment like last Thursday on my birthday. And when I did,
wow,
I got chewed, man. I got chewed. He asked for, he didn't even like, he straight up said $200K. And he wasn't even like entertaining nothing else. And no, he actually, that's the wrong house. He actually was saying 120K, which was the ARV. And I was trying to talk to him. Like I was trying to build rapport. He wasn't even like, he was basically having like a defense wall the whole time.
Okay. What market are you in?
I'm actually in Louisville.
Okay. And so that deal didn't work out?
That deal did not work out. I had a cash buyer. I took one of your advice of like seeing what your cash buyer would actually offer for the home.
Yeah, smart.
And so he offered me like 82K. The ARV was 120K. I honestly thought I had a deal. I really honestly thought I had a deal. But like I said, my skills. I just need to work on my skills.
How much did the seller want to sell for?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
How much did the seller want to sell for?
The seller wanted to sell for 120.
And if the cash buyer is willing to pay 80, I mean, that's not a good deal.
That's not a good deal at all.
Bro, that's an uphill battle. It'd be even hard for me to do that, man. Like, bring a seller from 120 to 70 potentially. It's going to be, that's a tough one, man. I mean, usually the seller has to be at like 90 and then you bring them down to 70. That's one issue. What was their motivation for selling?
It was his grandmother's home, and she had recently passed away.
Okay. And did you ask them if they were looking to just list the property with a realtor?
I did, and he said no. He said he doesn't want to deal with the commissions. I said, I mean, I understand that.
Okay. It's a tough one, man. Like,
Yeah.
how did you end up? Like, what kind of offer did you give? Like what was going on? I'm just trying to see what went wrong there.
On the appointment, what actually went wrong was I was taking pictures, and I was actually talking, like just trying to build a rapport. And he was like, I was like, so what are you willing to accept for the property? Like, I was trying to build the rapport, but he was turning me down the whole time. I was trying to make small talk. He wasn't trying to hear it. So I was like, what would you be looking for on the property? He didn't tell me an answer. So I was like, I was like, would you be able to take 500K? You know, I said 50K. I have 50K right now in my bank. Would you be able to accept that? And it was, a low ball, but I tried to ease it on in there to see where he would lead on to. He said, get out my house. He said, get out. I was like, no. I was like, I mean, allow me to continue to look at the property. I'm just saying this is where it looks like from what I've been looking at. And honestly, the house needed renovation. Like, it was his grandmother's home. He himself was about 55 years old. It just needed a complete remodeling. So I couldn't see why he wouldn't accept anywhere. I gave him a final offer because he simply was just being rude, and so I gave him a final offer of 75K, which I know I wasn't supposed to necessarily, give an offer first, but I gave him an offer of 75K and he wouldn't accept it. So I tried to explain to him repairs. He wasn't listening. And that was how my first seller's appointment had went.
Jeez, man. That's the problem with it. Like, if you lowball with rapport, you can. Lowballing without rapport is going to be an uphill battle. Did you ask him what price he was looking to sell for?
I did. It was 120K.
Okay. So what I would do in that situation differently, I'm just telling you, is the best way, because this person's trying to become logical. They want to build rapport with you. You're going to have to use good cop, bad cop. Okay. That's the best strategy I would recommend in this situation. Now, good cop, bad cop basically breaks down to this. It's like, hey, Mr. Seller, you said you wanted to sell for 120. Here's the problem. Let me be honest with you. My partner, I'd say like Rick or something. My partner,
right?
He wants to buy this thing for 50. I'm not offering you 50 because he's going to scream at you. 50, get the F out of my house. I didn't offer you 50. My partner, like, that's what he wanted to do before even looking at this. And You're going to gauge his reaction because what your partner offered. Now, guess who's the bad guy there? Your partner, not you. He's mad at him, not you. You're going to advocate for him and try to get higher than that. He's going to be probably kicking and screaming, get out of my house. I didn't offer you 50, Mr. Seller. That's what my partner is looking at it just because of prices in the neighborhood. I'm not offering you 50. He's like, oh, good. Here's the issue. Like, he wants that. Obviously, because if you can gauge, he's really mad about that. Obviously, I was never going to offer you 50. Now, if he's just like, okay, then we can sort of like get a little more in there, But based on his reaction there, he would most likely say, oh, get out of my house. You're going to have to work with me here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to meet in the middle or something because 120 is just too high, and then 50 is way too low. I mean, there's too much going on here. I mean, where can we work together to get something done where it's a win-win for both of us here? And then shut up. And if he goes down, then he can negotiate from there. If he sticks at 120, there's probably not much you can do. Roughly, I'll try to get that thing under contract for 75, like you're doing. But I just approached it to a different way.
Right.
That's kind of what I would say. But like it just,
Okay.
I would go the good cop, bad cop, and hey, make me the bad cop. Hey, my partner Zach said this. Okay, make me the bad cop if you don't have one. Okay, I'll take the brunt of it. Okay, if someone figures out my phone number and calls me cursing, if it helps you, then I'm okay with it.
And back on the cold calling side, I'm able to like I make it to, hey, my name's Tony. I'm wondering if you were interested in selling your home. They give me a response. You know, some say yeah, but they honestly keep hitting me with the can I call you another day? Can I call you like recently today? Well, that was a follow-up, what I did today. But dude was just, I don't know what that was about. But they normally do this. They say, can I call you after New Year's? Can I get with my brother and call you back? Can I get with a family member? Because remember, like I told you, my niche, I guess, I mean, I haven't had my first deal, but what I've been doing is in probate. So people are saying they need to talk to someone else, or they need more time, or, you know, stuff like that. And I'm just trying to convert them to an appointment. Like,
I get it, man. It's probates. You can't push probates hard. You see me preaching about pushing sellers hard. It's true. But with a probate, you're dealing with death. And that's probably one of the most stressful, emotional things any human being can go through. So, unfortunately, it's never easy. And usually when you push a probate, it's never going to do well. So, that's my advice. Like, you can't push a probate. I would love to push probates hard, man. I can't. I have to let them know who I am. And when they're comfortable, they can get a hold of me.
right.
You have to go in as the person that cares. And if you care about the seller, you're going to have to give them their time and their space for this. Everyone deals with death.
Okay.
That's probably going to have you the best success. It's a thin line because if you just let the seller walk over you, they're going to. So you have to do it in a way that they're comfortable and where you're not pushing them too hard. Ultimately, it's up to you if you're going to do that or not. I would expand a little more. Code violations, water shutoffs if you can. Those are kind of going to be more towards like where I'd recommend.
Yeah, I also tried like fire damage. I got on the phone. They kept sending me over to like, and I don't want to make this seem like everything is just going downhill, because honestly, I've been gaining a lot of confidence through this. Like through all of this, I've been gaining so much confidence to where it's like now it's more easier for me to get on the phone, you know, and have these conversations. You know, it's more smooth. It's not scripted, if that makes sense. But yeah, I've tried getting the fire damage list, and they'll keep sending me over to different numbers until, you know, someone just eventually hangs up on me.
Yeah. It's consistency, man. Tell a
Oh
guy every
yes,
hard
sir.
works the
Yes, sir.
boss
I'm
we
going to
can.
get my first deal. It's going to happen.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
not only my first deal, but I'm going to close on deals, and you know, I'm going to build my real estate portfolio.
Are you doing the counties outside of Louisville too?
Yes, I've recently been doing Hardin County is exactly where I'm in. That's like Elizabethtown, you know, Fort Knox, Radcliffe area. But my main focus is really like Louisville. And a quick question: do you know if Louisville is really saturated? Because, like I say, I deal in probate, and a lot of the times these houses, like some actually be going very, very fast, like very fast. I have the updated list. I've able to find it online or whatever, and like some houses actually do go.
All right. I'm gonna be honest with you. You follow me on Instagram?
No, sir. I'm in a group chat on Facebook.
Facebook?
Yes, I'm in a group. I'm in the masterclass on Facebook.
All right. Do me a favor and Facebook message me. Say, yo, this is Tony from Louisville. Okay. And then
Okay.
put like an urgent emoji in the front, like an emergency. I'll go look for it
Okay.
after this live. What I'm gonna do for you is tag you and a couple people from Louisville that I know are doing really well. A lot of these people have social media, so I want you to follow and see exactly what they're doing. Where you're going to
Okay.
notice is some people here in Louisville, they're going to do cold calling. Look up their social medias. They're going to say, oh, yeah, my name is Johnny. I'm doing really well in Louisville, and I cold call vacants or whatever. I want you to go follow, like legit, like obsessed with that person and watch all of their stuff and figure out what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong and copy what they do.
Okay.
Okay. I do really
All
well
right.
in my business, doing direct mail in my business. It's probably not going to translate well for you because the budget's a little different. Now, if you copy what this person's doing, they're doing really well in Louisville. What the people in Louisville that are doing well, you should copy what they're doing. Okay. That's going to be your best
Okay.
pulse. I'm going to tag you on some people there. It's going to help you out a lot. And I think you should copy some of the stuff they're doing. That's probably going to be your best indicator of where to go. You're in a great market,
All
man.
right.
Saturated, it's a big population. There's a lot of wholesalers still there, but there's too many people making 300, 400, 500K a year there. You can easily, there's enough on the plate for you to make six figures easy.
They better make room on the plate. No, I'm just playing.
Abundance mindset, man. So what I want you to do is DM me. I'll send you some people. Hopefully tonight or tomorrow. I'll have some free time, and just copy those people. And I'm not doing that just to try to steal their marketing, but look at these people that have been very successful in your business and see what they're doing and try to copy some of the lists they're doing. I feel like you're going to have success, and I think you'll do pretty well doing that.
All right, appreciate it, Zach. I'm gonna get off here because
All right, man. I appreciate it. Talk to you later, man. I preach this so many times, and I think it's something I need to be talking about more and more. But the honest truth is, if you need to find people who are gurus or coaches or influencers in your market, and if they're really legit and you can tell they're legit, I want you to copy what they're doing, what they're preaching. Like if they say, oh, my name's John C. and I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I make $1 million from driving for dollars, and they can show you checks, but they sell a crazy course. Don't buy their course, but here's the coolest part. If they're making a ton of money driving for dollars, go drive for dollars in that market. It's probably going to be the best thing you can do. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to go copy someone who's talking about being successful in their market. That's definitely one I'm going to be recommending today, and definitely want to be recommending tomorrow. It's a great one to be doing, and one I 100% be doing. So I know some people in Louisville that are doing really well. I would probably be using them and seeing what they're doing, and it's going to work really well. I can tell you right now. So shout out to that. It's definitely something you should be doing. Hands down, 100% recommend it and get it going. Dylan. You're muted. What's up, man? I still can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, you're good now.
Okay. How you been?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
About the same. Yeah, I mean, still working away here in my little office / cave, and doing all that. You all set for the holidays?
Oh, I'm already all set, man. I'm good. We got people working. They'll work till Christmas Eve or whatever, and then they'll be fine. But yeah, it's fun, man. It's we got some amazing deals coming, and it's been pretty crazy. I've been telling you. I mean, we're working on the biggest deal we've ever done.
I heard yesterday. I know you still can't say too much, but
we can't say too much. But it's amazing.
Got it in the pipeline.
Yeah, it's that one deal for wholesaling. It's gonna be more than some people make in a year. It's gonna be really fun. But that was a direct mail one, but still not a cold calling one, but it's still a good one. But I like to see you still hammering away. I'm just telling you, you got to keep it going. Like keep consistent and keep it going. Like that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Consider a virtual one if you want, but like I'd be looking around and just keeping your options open. Because you just can't, after I would say in a month and you can't get a deal, I would consider trying something virtual too. Even if it's 2 counties away.
I mean, I'm going, right now I'm going from Hernando down to Lee County.
Jeez.
So Hernando, Pasco, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, Sarasota, Lee County. About all entailed, I've done about 40,000 properties I've reached out to
Wow.
through SMS and cold calling.
Okay. And what's going on with
So,
that?
dude, so I got some more questions, but basically, I wanted to ask, one of the things that I'm struggling with the most is lead generation. Like, for sure, I know I'm getting about 2 to 3 leads a week. With that, I mean, I have a VA calling 40 hours a week, 5 days, 40 hours, 5 days a week. And then I had stopped doing an SMS campaign at the beginning of the year. Right after, I'm going to start doing an SMS campaign as well, simultaneous with the cold call. But man, I'm just not getting. I actually added it up. I was curious to know what your, if you happen to know, like, what your cost per lead is. I think I'm right at like $114 per lead is my cost per lead. And that's unqualified leads. They're my VA is doing no qualifying. It's basically, hey, do you have a heartbeat, and do you have any interest in selling your house, now or in the near future? If so, it gets pushed to me.
Okay. 2 to 3 a week. That's how much are they cold calling?
40 hours a week, 5 days a week.
Yeah, man, I would. That's tough, man. I'm telling you, right? And I'm trying to think. What list is this again for Hernando? For example.
Tired landlords in Hernando. But generally speaking, I mean, I'm going after absentee owner, vacant properties, tired landlords, liens, probates, pre-foreclosures, tax, or what is it called? Another kind of tax delinquents, and then government list, code violations, so inoperable vehicles, overgrown grass, property maintenance codes, water shut. No, I'm trying to get water shut off list. I haven't successfully got one yet. I'm in the process of trying to figure that out. So yeah, that's a lot of, and then everything when I'm pulling list, everything is minimum 30% equity, 4 or 5 years ownership, no more than 4 properties owned, individual owners, all the standard kind of metrics.
Man, well, I can tell you right now, if that's not work, how long has this been going on for?
This is the end of 5 months. I mean, and I'm doing this 6 to 7 days a week. I don't call on Sundays. It's about 10 to 12 hours a day.
All right.
There's been a couple Sundays that I just haven't worked at all.
Dylan, I'm gonna be honest with you. Something about the grind you're doing, you got to be working smarter now. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
If you've been doing it for 5 months, I've been talking to you enough. You've only had one really good appointment, correct?
That's correct.
And that's with Driving for Dollars, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing Driving for Dollars too.
I'm statistically looking at it in my head. If you paid somebody $15 an hour and paid for their gas to drive for hours, 10 hours, how many VAs do you have?
1 right now. And
one
at the beginning of the year, I'm going to go to 2 and do SMS and cold calling. I mean, I got one VA making about 2 to 3 leads a week, working 40 hours a week.
How much are they getting paid?
Unqualified, $6.25 an hour.
$6.25. So let me just do some math. I'm a statistics person. So $6.25 times 40. All right, so that's $250. We're gonna divide $250 by $20. About 12.45 hours. I'm telling you right now, in Hernando and anything south of there before you hit Pinellas County, if you paid somebody $15 an hour and they gave them an extra $5 an hour for gas, which should easily do it, that you will get so much better results per week.
Yeah.
All right. I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you right now, you need to make a drastic change in this. But if it's not working this far, it's not going to be worth it, man. Yeah. I would put it on pause. Okay. We're reevaluating things with the VA. I would find somebody if you have a friend or someone, even on Facebook, drive with them for a week straight for 15 hours and still pay them like a little less, and then go and let them start doing it. I'm trying. People would love doing that. Okay. And make sure they do it for 4 days. They do it for 3 hours each, so they don't get like stir crazy doing it. But I want you to drive for dollars first for let's say 12 hours. Okay. I want to drive for hours for 12 hours and figure out how many leads you can pull in wherever you're at, Pinellas County, wherever you want to be. And I want you to find how many driving for dollars leads. Let's say in that 12 hours, you get like 5, let's say you get 8 houses in that 8 times 12. Let's say you get 100 properties, okay, in a week. All right. What I want you to do is divide that by about 70%, because that person is going to be 70% less efficient than you. And that's going to be like, you should get around 70 rough houses. And from there, what I want you to do is just hire someone for that amount of money, $15 an hour plus $5 an hour drive for you. And I feel like you'll have a way better result doing that.
Yeah.
And you're driving in Pinellas, man. If they're driving in Pasco, it's going to be way better results. And
I'm really starting to, when I'm pulling lists, when I'm doing my targeting, I'm trying to go further north into northern Pinellas and into Pasco County, because like St. Pete area, it's super saturated. And I know what I'm doing, obviously, like has not been working. And it's so frustrating, man. Like I know if I can talk to enough people, like I can make it happen. I mean, talking to people is my forte. It is what I do and excel at. But I am not talking to hardly anyone. I'm a lead generation. The amount of people that I can actually talk to is so small. It's next to nothing.
Dylan, I live in a place where there's no wholesaling deals. Okay. 15 minutes is Port St. Lucie. That's where the money's at. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, where I'm living right now, I'm not wholesaling there. It's going to be 20 minutes away. Got to think about like that. The average house in my zip code is going to be, it's probably 2 to 3 times more than the average house in Port St. Lucie. Yeah. So you got to think about it like that. I'm not wholesaling where I'm at. Okay. There's always, it's not a good quote, but it's like, don't poop or eat. Like I ain't going to do that. You're going to have to go to a lower price point. You probably live in a decent house. You probably got to look at a little rougher houses. Okay. You're not living in the rough area. So you got to be looking.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm pulling lists that are up to an hour and a half north and 2 hours south, hour and a half, 2 hours south of me, and everything in between. So I completely agree. And like, I'm not really looking in like downtown St. Pete or downtown Tampa, but so I completely agree.
Do me a favor, Dylan. I want you to find 2 people this week from Facebook in Tampa, Hillsborough that are eager to get started in wholesaling. Have them drive for dollars and promise that you will close the deal for them and give them 50% of the deal if they just drive for dollars. All right. New wholesalers that are scared to death to talk to people, scared to death to talk to somebody right now. Guess what they have that you don't? Time to drive for dollars.
Yeah.
Guess what you got? Time to talk to people. Find 2 people that are brand new that are scared to talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. Have them drive for dollars for you. And make sure they do at least 5 hours. They can track that lead with you. Show them the whole process. I think if you do it right, you could probably get 4 people driving for dollars for free for you next month. Mm-hmm. All from Tampa. You're gonna have to DM a ton of people that are brand new, but you'll find 2. Get their phone number, talk to them. Hey, Zach Ginn says I'm good at talking to sellers. I think you're pretty good talking to sellers. All right. You got my word. Okay.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I
think you're good at talking. I've already done cold calling with you. Like, you're good. So use that as leverage. Go out there, find people, drive for dollars with you. They're scared to cold call or scared to talk to the seller, and you'll go call them. Okay. Mm-hmm. And do it, man.
Okay.
I think that's going to be like, you were there. You were on the live yesterday. I couldn't do a live just for Dylan, but if I'm going to specifically, what's the most important part for that? I feel like you need to go out there and find people who are brand new that are willing to do it, have them drive for dollars, and then you'll close the deal for them and give them half the deal, which is insane.
No, that's a good point though. But to just like get my foot in the door to do something, like I think that's a really good idea. So I will definitely do that. I appreciate the recommendation. I had a couple questions just written down real quick, bullet points. Could I just rattle them off to you?
Yeah. And guys, if anyone's in Hillsborough and they don't want to talk to a seller, Dylan's right here. He's going to go and cold call for you. You see Dylan's name on there, go DM him on Facebook and go hit him up. But this live ain't going to be the place to find it. These people watching these lives are driven people. You're going to have to go on Facebook and find them.
Yeah. Well, if anyone's on this live, and I'll put my email in the side chat. So I'm in the West, Central Florida area. So definitely down to partner with anyone who's has an interest and wants to get together, wants to collab.
Have you been to the Tampa Real Estate Investors Association?
What's that?
Have you ever been to a RIA for Tampa?
Oh my God, I was at RIA last night. I go to RIAs, 1 to 2 times a week.
Do you find any people like that there?
To be honest with you, I haven't been asking that question. I'm networking, finding cash buyers. It's an excellent point. I just haven't asked that question.
But you don't have to ask that question. You have to ask one. How long have you been wholesaling? Oh, I just started. Strike up a conversation. Hey, I got a deal for you here. I don't have a lot of time right now, but I'm pretty good at closing sellers. Why don't you go out there and drive? It's not going to take any work, and you can split the deal with me. See that easy.
Okay. How do I say that I'm pretty good at closing sellers if I,
you're good at talking to sellers.
Yeah. In my past job, man, I literally closed like multi-million-dollar deals for large corporations. Yeah. But
I'm not drawing for dollars for you, Dylan. You're not trying to convince me. I'm convinced, man.
I'm not, man. I'm definitely just wanting to get your insights, because that is one thing that I'm struggling with is like, how am I? One of my questions on your live yesterday was like, how do I put myself out there in social media in my own personal, not into real estate groups, into my own personal, hey, I'm going to make a post on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and act like
you don't have to, you just be in the DMs, man. You don't have to post stuff. Just be in the DMs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can I ask you, how do you measure? So on the cold calling rate, I have some questions just because that's what I've been doing. How do you measure your contact rate? I'm using Zach Ginn.
Correct.
How do you measure your contact rate?
How many people that are answering it over a certain time? If we're going to mark spam, it's not going to be good, but.
Yeah, but are you factoring up, because in Zach Ginn, Batch Dialer, it also includes the people that say, hey, wrong number, or voicemails. That's included in that answered metric that they give you.
Yes.
So answered, yeah. So if it's a wrong number, then do you count that as like a contact? Because to me, that's not a contact.
I consider a contact just because they answer the phone.
Even if you've dialed the wrong person that has no connection with the property that
you got in contact with somebody. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, texting's really where you can refine the list a little more. And that's, we don't really have too much of an issue, because when we text, we'll text 3 numbers. Hey, wrong person. Or if they answer yes, then we'll answer yes and I'll cut the other 2 out. Okay. So it's kind of a refined list, but I can.
How many? Okay. On average, or roughly speaking, not an exact, but do you have a rough idea of how many leads per cold caller you guys generate per day? Do you have a metric that you expect your cold caller to strive for?
The number is going to be 2, but you also have to put into place that they're calling. Most of them are going to come through a probate or a very very high motivation list. A very big lead stacked list, but I would say 1 to 2. I would say in the course of a week, if a cold caller can get me, I would honestly say if a cold caller can get me 2 appointments in a month, it's going to be very good. Because when we do appointment, our closing rate's like, it's over like 70% when we go out there. So it's pretty good. That's 30, 40K. So yeah. It's pretty good for us. We run a weird business though. So now it's a ton of leads. The problem is you got to sift through them. We have a lot of qualifying over the phone. Hey, if we go meet you, are you ready to make a decision at this price? hey, we can't really do that price, get a little lower. Is that okay if we go there? And then we knock them down more. I mean, our closing rate's insane.
Mhm.
So when I say appointment, most of you guys should be going on appointments that we don't go on, just because that's how we do it. So yeah, I'd say 2 appointments in a month's really good.
Will you go on an appointment if you haven't established a price with the seller?
Yes. If you're new, yes. Like you,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So let me ask you, if you had $3,000 to spend a month in marketing, what would you do? You know, if you're starting out, and basically
Gas
I'm
and
asking you
trying
my
for dollars.
situation. Yeah.
And sticky notes.
And sticky notes?
Sticky notes, man. You're driving around and you see a rough property, run out, put a sticky note in the door and run back.
Okay.
Hey, this is Dylan. Give me a call back. Put your phone number.
Don't put, you know, hey, I'm interested in buying the house.
Say,
or
hey,
anything
this
like
is
that.
Dylan. Give me a call back. I had a quick
Okay.
question.
Do you have an idea of roughly like how many unqualified leads per contract you guys, you know, shoot for?
Unqualified is probably closer to 10. Qualified is going to be 3.
Okay. Well, I'm doing unqualified. You know, I have a VA from overseas, and so she's not doing any other qualifying. Like I said, do you have a heartbeat and any relative interest in selling?
I'm
And
doing this for
okay,
cold calling. Direct mail is like 20, just because these people want too much for their house usually.
okay. I spoke to a seller today. I did want to ask are you doing like role play? You know, if we did like a seller thing. I talked to someone today who hit me with a couple like obstacles that I was struggling to come up with the right answer for.
Yeah, what's up? Let's see.
You want me to just tell you what they were? Do you want to do like a little role play, whichever you're?
Yeah, you got it.
Which one?
Well, what were the object? Are you going to hit me with it?
So he was interested in selling, but he had an issue. He says, you know, he was worried about paying too much on his capital gains. And then it was a classic. I got to talk to my wife, and you know, let me get back to you.
Okay. Was the house homesteaded?
No, he was using it as a rental.
It's in Florida, correct?
Yeah.
What did he buy it for?
What did he buy it for?
Yeah.
I don't know. He bought it in '99, so he definitely got a good deal on
It's
it.
gonna be something stupid. How much do you think the house is worth right now? Like you would offer him?
So here's the thing. It was the first. So the ARV is 300. What he said he wanted was like 200 to 210. From what I saw, my MAO could be around like 225. And I came back to him basically with an offer at like 189 and said if we, you know, was hoping maybe he would come back and say, let's meet in the middle, or even, okay, I'll come all the way up to 198 or 197. And, you know, I didn't want to, I mean, he said 200, which would have worked, but I didn't want to come back and give him 200 and be like, oh, you want 200? Great. That's a great deal. You know, I wanted to offer lower than what he would have accepted. But then it's, you know, I'm worried about capital gains. If I sell that, you know, at that price for a cash offer, I'm going to get slammed with capital gains, and I got to talk to my wife.
Okay. No, with it. If you're worried about capital gains, you should list the property and get the most if you want. If you're worried about capital gains, the issue is it depends on his income tax bracket. He'll probably get hit 15 or 20%. Now, if you know this new legislation comes in from Congress, I don't know what they're going to do to capital gains. That might change it. I think they were trying to do something, but like as of today, it's going to be 15 or 20 to 20%, depending on the bracket. 90% sure it's like under 170K married, you should be at 15. If you're over, it should be 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's how capital gains works long term. If he had it homesteaded, you know, over 3 to 5 years, depending, he won't have to pay capital gains on it. But if he's worried about capital gains, then ask him why would he want to sell the property, you know?
Well,
and let him know he's going to have to pay it either way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you know, he didn't really say he had it listed on, he had it listed for a rental. And I called him up, and it was actually someone who does some driving for dollars for me already,
Nice.
who marked the property. And so I called him up. So he wasn't like had intentions on selling it.
So he's trying to give you an excuse why he doesn't want to sell it because of capital gains.
But when I asked him, I was like, hey, if you were to sell it, you know, do you have an idea of what you feel would be a fair offer, a fair price? And he said around 200, 210, and I could wholesale that deal for 225. But like
Yeah,
I said, you know, when he says 200, I didn't want to snap and be like 200. Oh man, that's great. You know, I'll take it right now. I wanted to come in and offer under that.
150, 15%. I mean, if you want to get crazy with them, just say, hey, let's do 205, and that extra 5K will pay for a good portion of that capital gains tax. Or you can say this, hey, guess what? How about I pay for your closing costs? It's pretty expensive to do. Probably save you 2 to 3K. That'll cut a lot of that chunk of that capital gains tax you're going to do.
Yeah, in my pitch, I already told him, you know.
Yeah.
One of the benefits of working with me is
I kind of leave that for the end a little.
Yeah.
Because when you bring up in the beginning, you're going to pay closing costs, their price is going to stay the same. They're not going to bring the price down if you mention closing costs. Once they mention that price, you know what, I got to pay closing costs. It's going to have to be this. That's leverage. That helps me a lot.
Okay. That's really smart.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can get back to him with that. You know, I'm just, you know, there's been a couple of times where I'm getting hit with like objections, and you know, trying to figure out on the fly what's going to be the best way to overcome those objections.
What were the other ones you got?
And then I got to talk to my wife, or you know, and I get that a lot. You know, hey, I got to consult with my priest, my pastor, my husband, my father, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What do you do when you run into those situations?
Okay, that's perfect. Well, it's a good time for me to call that you and your wife are going to be available to talk, because as you know, I always say this laughing. You know, if it's a husband and he's married to a wife, hey, happy wife, happy life, huh? Ha 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 ha. Laugh, laugh, laugh. I totally get it. What can I do so you guys are both on the same page and I can talk to you guys together? Because I know you guys are together on this, and I don't want to be talking just to one person. I want to get everyone's opinion on it because I'm trying to help both of you guys out. I don't. It breaks the ice sometimes with like a rough and tough guy that's like you can't build any connection. Sometimes that just like the guy will give you a story like, oh, last time I did it, I bought this truck without telling her and she went great, and then you get like a little story. Definitely a good one.
Okay, yeah, that's really good. So I will certainly incorporate, like, you know, trying to find people to partner with or just pay someone to do the drawing for dollars. I still have, you know, like I'm still going to hold on to PropStream. I'm still going to get 10,000 properties a month, whether I pull them or not. I'm going to continue to pull them. I mean, I'm not going to just let them go to waste and rather pull them than not. But do you have any advice on anything that I can improve on? I mean, believe me, man, I know I am doing something wrong here. Like, it is not the rest of the world. It is me. And I'm just like very, very desperately trying to find what I can do to improve my efficiency, to improve my contact rate, to improve the people that I'm targeting. Is there anything, like, as far as pulling lists and going after that simultaneously with the drawing for dollars, that you would recommend to improve or amend or anything?
I would add more drive for dollars people. What's
Yeah,
the biggest
I mean,
thing you can do?
Yeah.
Tell these people, hey, guess what? You know what? I'll sweeten the pot with you. Dylan, no. Let me give you my drawing for dollars app for free. Give them the app on PropStream so they can draw for dollars just with your login on there. And if they pull a list on there, you're just going to cut them out, obviously. But that's another thing you can always do. You can always add a user on there.
That's what I got 4 people now that are users on drawing for
Yeah.
dollars. But I don't like it's just like it's more of like, hey, if you find something and send it to me and I close, I'll give you a cut. You know, I'll give you a chunk of money. That's how I structured it.
Expanding the drive for dollars in counties you're not in right now is going to be the best thing you can do.
Okay.
Unfortunately, add the sticky notes, man. It's going to be a good one. Brandon's talking. Brandon keeps hitting us up. Brandon got his first deal drawing for dollars with sticky notes, man. He's killing it.
Hell yeah.
He had a greedy cash
yeah.
buyer, but we helped him out. But I'm telling you right now, Brandon, I got to know what happened to that cash buyer. But I'm telling you, I would expand the drawing for dollars. That's probably going to see the best results. I'm a black and white type of guy. This is working. This isn't working. Let's go after the thing that's working.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got it, man. That's what I'll do. Like you said, man. 5 months in, doing the amount that I'm doing, like you got to be able to realize, hey, this is not working. You don't want to continue to pour everything into something that you already, I'd say 5 months is a pretty good sample to
You
see
got a
if
pretty good
something.
sample, and you had one good appointment.
I
And
know,
you got
and
someone strong.
I could have closed if I would have had my numbers in line. For a lot of these, I go to someone who works for a very large, well-known, like dispo company, basically, and they tell me what they could put it out at, and I kind of
That's
use
good.
that to confirm my MAO.
It's perfect. I know what you're talking about. It's great.
Yeah,
What I can tell you right now, man, go out there and start pushing it more. I would be focused on finding people too and going from there. I see what works, see what's not, and I'd be expanding that. That's all I could say.
yeah.
And you'll be working a
Okay.
lot smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do both right now. I'm still down to work hard, but man, I just got to get smarter at it. So I'm down. I told you, whenever you want to learn some Spanish, you let me know.
All right, I will.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother. It's good talking to you. You have a good holiday. Tell Rick I said hey, and I'll catch you guys later on.
All right, next Dylan.
Take care, bud. Bye.
Boom. Love it. Shree.
Hey, yeah, what's up, Zach?
Albuquerque's finest.
Yeah, I'm back. I
Welcome
came
back.
back from treatment. Yeah, I'm back from treatment now. So yeah,
From where?
from treatment. I went to treatment for a year.
Oh crap. All right. You good, man?
Yeah, I'm
All
okay.
right.
Now I'm fine. Yeah,
Good.
but yeah,
All right.
everything's all right now. Me and my friend Norman want to start a wholesaling business, but unfortunately, my dad doesn't want to support me in it. So I'm looking for a state where I can file for LLC at 16,
Okay,
like
why?
on ink file. My dad, like why my
Okay.
dad won't support me.
Does your friend's dad want to help?
I don't think so. I don't think he'll help. I highly doubt he'll want to help.
Okay. Do you Okay. What state would allow you to be an LLC as a minor?
I actually looked it up and it said California, Delaware, Nevada, and some other state. I forgot, but yeah, it said something like that when I looked it up. So yeah, me and my friend are planning on it, but we don't know yet.
Okay. Go do it.
Should I do it?
Yeah, why not? If you have
Mm-hmm.
no 18-year-old plus guardian that will do it, then I would say sure.
Yeah. And I'm planning on doing it through InkFile, which is like a website that like allows you to have an address in a different state. So you can like have your business address kind of like set up in a different state so you can file for the LLC. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking.
Yeah.
I got plenty out of state LLCs, man. They work pretty
Mm-hmm.
well. They just scan the mail you get in. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works really well. And also like I have like a couple $1,000 like saved up from like doing e-commerce and stuff like that. And also like I don't know how to like market, like how do I get people to like buy a property that I get a contract on? Like do I have to market it on Facebook or something, or like is that something I have to do? Or
Well, what market would you be in?
I'd be in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the market
Why?
I'm looking at right now with my friend. I don't know. It's just one of the states. Well, is California a better market, do you think?
Depends. I would avoid Las Vegas just for virtual. I
Okay.
have a video of my top 5 virtual wholesaling markets. Between you and
Mm-hmm.
me, the Southeast is going to be better. Prices are a lot lower. People are friendlier, and
Mm-hmm.
just the more the marketing goes a lot further.
Okay, so California, right? Like would be or Delaware is also an option too. So
All right.
like Delaware wouldn't be bad either, I
Let me be
guess. I don't
honest.
know.
You can make an LLC, and you can wholesale outside the LLC.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I have an LLC that's out west, and they're buying
Mhm.
properties in Florida. So
Oh.
So for example, let's do this for example. All right. You know, Apple and Microsoft, right? Those companies.
Apple and Microsoft, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, actually, let's just do this. You know Walmart, right?
Yeah, I know Walmart, yeah.
Is there a Walmart in New Mexico?
Yeah, there's a Walmart in New Mexico. Yeah, there's like a
Yeah.
couple of them actually, yeah.
Walmart is an Arkansas company,
Mm-hmm.
and they own
Oh, yeah.
property
So
in New
they're
Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes
Same
sense.
thing, man.
Same thing. Same
You can go
exact thing.
wholesale in Florida. It doesn't matter.
So I can file for LLC in a different state and just wholesale all over the United States pretty much and be
Yeah,
just
you can.
fine. Yeah.
You can
Okay.
create it in Nevada and then start buying property or wholesaling property in whatever state you want.
Yeah.
West Virginia, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay,
This
that's
isn't legal advice either. I'm
Mhm.
going to say that very important. This isn't legal advice, but
Mhm.
from the best of my knowledge, yes.
Mhm. So like another thing I was thinking of is like, like can I find somebody else who's 18 and have them sign for me? Like, do you think that'd be a little dangerous or would that
Super
be just
dangerous
fine? Like
if you
super
don't know
dangerous?
them.
Like you think it'd be like kind of like not something I should trust? Like
I wouldn't, man.
no.
I
You wouldn't?
seriously, like, I wouldn't. I've just, I would. Real estate's a shady business, man. I'm telling you right now. Unfortunately, I try my best to be as transparent and truthful as I can.
Mhm.
And I get people trying to steal deals from me still, okay, on a
Yeah.
daily basis. Unfortunately, I wouldn't trust anyone online like that.
Mhm.
They're probably going to steal the deal from you. So I wouldn't, man. I just, unless
Yeah.
it's a family member or a cousin, probably not.
Mhm. Okay, well then that's good news. At least I can file for an LLC in a state that will let me file for one, and then I can go in a different state and work on
Well, Sheree,
deals.
why don't you
So
just do this?
what?
Let me give you an option. Why don't
Mhm.
you get a seller? If you can find a seller, because it'll probably cost you $400 to do all this. Why don't you
Mhm.
personally find a seller, have them sign a contract, and I'll just e-sign it for you, and I'll let you keep all the profit. Is
No
that
way.
good?
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't care.
Wow. Damn. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Actually, I didn't expect you to say that.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Okay. If I can find
I
a
got to make
seller.
sure the deal is good.
Okay, if the deal's good, and if I find a seller, you'll sign the contract for me. Pretty much is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's really nice of you. Okay. Well, I'm in your Facebook group actually, so I can talk to you on the Facebook group about it if you want, and we
Hey, just
can.
got the seller sign the contract.
Yeah, I can show you like a picture of the property, and then I can send you a link to where I found the property, and then or something I don't know, and then show you that I got this property. I got the seller to want to sign a contract on this property for this much, and you can sign it, and we'll be okay. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that was actually surprising. I did not know. I did not think you would say that.
Well, I
Like,
thought about that. I was like, wait,
yeah,
I'll just do it.
yeah, I had no idea you'd actually say that. So, yeah,
Good deal, man.
that's great.
Now you have no
Yeah,
excuse. There's no,
yeah, I
I
don't
got to
have
go
an
do this.
excuse.
You're
Yeah,
good. Go.
yeah. I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna grind.
All right. You got, no,
Find
I
properties,
I
yeah.
trust you, man. I like what
Mhm.
you're saying. All right.
Mhm.
Do it, man.
All right.
I love
All
it.
right. Bye, man. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to leave. Oh my God. Shree, come back. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess he's going out there and he's gonna kill it. So good for him. All right, he'll post something and I guess I'll go sign a contract for him, I guess, and let him get the deal. But that's what you got, guys. That's what you gotta do. I'm telling you right now. Like, wholesaling houses for real. It's the Facebook group. That's where it's at. I'll go sign whatever contract. Like, I don't want to get liable on. I got to make sure the contract's good, but like, I'd have to control it. But I feel like I don't get a big ego in here. Like, I don't want to have a big ego in here, but I think I'm a pretty trustworthy person. If I get on contract, I'm not going to steal the deal. I don't think I'm going to ruin my reputation for 10 grand. There's a lot of people in the wholesaling that will. I'm not willing to do that. So he said, say less. Wasting no time. He's getting started already. I love it. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I love it. Nate,
What's up? What's up, Zach? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. If I'm, you said it like if you're just starting out that I should hand dial. Like, how many hand dials can I do before like it's marked like spam or something like that?
Well, let me get some info from you, man. What market are you in?
I'm actually in Macon. That's the market I'm in.
Mason, Georgia?
Macon, Georgia. Yeah.
Oh, Macon. All right. Okay. What list are you going to call?
I was actually gonna drive for dollars, and that was gonna be the list I was gonna do.
You should have no issue with that at all. If you
Mm,
keep it under 50 calls a day for driving for dollars, I think that's pretty reasonable. So that's 350 a week. I think that's
mm.
very reasonable. You shouldn't even be worried about getting spam.
Okay. Would I be able to do more? Because I actually have two phones that I could use to do calls on, I guess.
Hear me out here. Just do 2 Google accounts.
Yeah. So I could do that.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was like watching videos and it said something about like your IP can get like banned or something like that. So I was just trying to get a quick answer, I guess.
I don't want to talk over your head with like advanced like compute like your IP. It's not going to go by your IP. It's gonna connect it to a phone number. You might need 2 phone numbers for that. Your
Hmm.
IP you shouldn't get banned on there.
All right. All
You
right.
can't
Well,
ban.
yeah.
You could, but yeah. And then if you're doing more than 700 driving for dollars leads a week, you will have enough money to like buy more phones. So you'll get if you get a 700 driving for dollars leads and making a week, you'll do very like you won't you won't have an issue with leads. I promise you. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good cap.
Yeah, I would like my plan. I was trying to do 1,000 a week. That's what I was trying to do. Like that was my goal, I guess. So
If you can drive that much, do it, man.
I mean, I only got free time, so it's like
You're good, man. Then do that. True people search it, man. I'm telling you, I already told you what I told everyone what I used to do. I used to throw some like music in, like I put some music in and copy and pasting all day for the driving for dollars and truepeoplesearch.com. So, I mean, the game plan's there.
yeah.
So,
But I also had another question. If since I didn't get my first deal yet, how would I go about like signing the documents and stuff because I don't have an LLC, and I don't know if I recall one of your videos said not to use like your actual name for this like signing, I guess.
what,
So
how old are you?
I'm 19.
Just use your own name right now.
All right.
You
All
should be
right.
good.
All right. That's fine.
Get 2 deals. You'll have enough money to make an LLC.
All right. All right. Well, yeah, that was all right.
You're going to have to pay a little more in taxes doing it by yourself for your first couple of deals, but it's worth it.
Okay. Um, well, yeah, that was all the questions I really had today.
Yeah, man. I don't know. There's not much to talk about, man. Just go drive for dollars, man, and get it. What I would recommend for you, though, Nate, is I want you to go in Facebook groups and find people that are doing deals and find the zip codes that are really well,
Mm.
and then drive for in those zip codes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I mean, I was talking to a couple people that's in the area. So yeah, I guess I'll definitely hit them up and
Like Nate, you know this, like in Macon, like I've done enough deals in Macon. Like there's very rough areas where the prices are really low. When you drive, you're going to get like 20 properties in like 10 minutes. And those are probably going to be the best houses. And you got houses that are like up and coming. A lot of people are looking to buy, and those are going to be really good deals for wholesaling. I'd
mm,
probably go after those. So you got to see kind of the prices at work. You know, I see a lot of people doing well, putting them on a contract like 40, some for 55. There's deals again over for 30. Find their good zip codes that people are doing deals and go after them.
yeah, I already kind of know the area a little. Like I know
Yeah.
there's certain areas that like the budget is way higher. Like it's nicer areas, I guess. So
Yeah. And then obviously you don't want to do like the crazy, really, really nice places, right? So you just,
yeah.
it's a line. I think, I mean, you're local, so you probably know it better than me. So
Yeah.
I'd be going after there and get it going, man.
All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate you and your dad for what y'all do. So
Appreciate it, man. And then when you run out of those leads to the county surrounding, you should be full with plenty of stuff.
Wait, I didn't. What did you just say? I didn't even hear you.
Do the counties outside of Macon.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole Bibb County, and then do the
Yeah,
counties outside of it. You should be
yeah.
fine.
That's what I was gonna do. There's like many counties around here, so I mean they're smaller, but I heard that's pretty good at to do in like
Dude,
smaller counties
amazing.
and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's I'm just trying to grind it out every single day. Try to do it.
I love it, man. You got it.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, Nate. Have a great one, man.
You too.
Thanks. All right. I like it, guys. I like it. Appreciate that one, Nate. Yeah, Macon's a great one. So get it. Yeah, really one deal, but two for certainty. That's what I say. Like, get two and then go from there, you know? Love Beach TV. Dude, Zach, you're golden. Appreciate it. Bro, is this my guy from Orlando? I think this is him. It's my dude from Orlando. Hopefully he's getting it. He's getting them deals. Yeah, I got an appointment. Still got an appointment at least. It's Danny. Yeah. Love it. I still think about the whole Orange County thing sometimes. How crazy that drive me crazy. I'm like, why is the sun setting? It's 5 o'clock. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Love it. I love this. I'm on it. Kia, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for liking this video, subscribing, all the support I've been getting lately, guys. It means the world to me. I truly appreciate it. And I know you guys are going out here giving us the support. So it means a lot. I appreciate it, guys. We're going out here whooping these gurus' butts. Oh, that's very bright. Ouch. Ouch. But do you JV on deals? Yeah, I JV on deals. If so, how would he send you a JV? Just DM me. If it's if it's south of Daytona Beach to Miami, I'll do it. Strat from your backyard. Zach is so dope. Thank you, Emilio. How's that for a welcome back gift? That's awesome. I use Mojo Dialer. I just do manual dial in 3 hours and make 200 calls more or less. It's a good one. Edgewood's the spot. I found a deal there last month. Awesome. Mighty Mike. Where's the guy Dylan that was on? He hopped off. California's tough to start. I'm telling you right now, yeah. Definitely Delaware and Delaware, Nevada. Yeah, I would say so. How many cold calls can you do a day hand dialing? I think about 300 if like you're crazy like me. Welcome back. Good health. Let's see. What's up, Aaron? When using 84%, we subtract our assignment fee as well. No. Yes, technically, but your assignment fee should be, I don't know, $1,000. Like sometimes you can make $1,000 on like this year. I can look at my, like I've had most of the year done. So I can think lowest deal I've done was 1,000. I still do $1,000 deals. I'm not going to say no to $1,000. And I've done 6-figure deals. So you got to look at, you know, Mike's got it right. Action equals traction. Let's see here. That's a good one from Justin. Hey, while I still have you, why you wouldn't happen to be looking to sell any property in the next year or so, would you? It's pretty good. Trying to get my first deal now. I'm confused what to say to FISBO owners. Go to freewholesaling.com, man. I'm telling you, it's all in there. Shows you exactly start to finish how to do the exact thing. A post-it turned into a deposit posted. I love it. Dang, LOL. Yeah, the whole state is thunderous right now. Yeah. Met a new agent in SoCal on Facebook. You guys tried Mojo's Fizbo list? No, I have not. Anyone want to collab? I'm in Cali. I'm ready to work. Let's get it. I love SMS. Don't be a REI junkie filled with newbies. That's where you find the drawing for dollars, people. I agree it's a lot of newbies, but you can really do well with them and help them out. I agree. Yes, good information. I do DoorDash and found a bird dog just last week picking up food in his own. I very rarely ever go, but I was looking at a house we have under contract nearby, and I was like, let's dash. Love it. Or pull a list in a better market remote is perfectly fine. Lucan says, I'm in the market in Miami. Can you recommend any market in Florida? Any good market? I think West Palm's pretty good. Like if that's where you're at, I'd probably do more West Palm. Let's see some comments we got. Philip says, hey, Zach, I got about 300 addresses drawing for dollars back in July. I had to take a break to handle family issues. Should I still skip trace and call these owners? Yes. Conversations you have now before you go over there. Interesting one from Samantha. Hey, Zach, I'm starting to vlog my road to my first deal. Any advice on content creation and things you need to be shown more about the business? I mean, Samantha, you can always do it. Like, I never did a road to my first deal. Like, I never recorded myself getting my first deal. I never did any of this stuff. You know why? I was too busy trying to get my first deal. You can do it. You can vlog it. Like, I just think of why you're doing it, you know? Like, I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to just record myself doing it. And I was having a fun time. And I just wanted to record kind of my journey of wholesaling and see it because of the growth. I think I did almost 3 years ago now. And I just wanted to show my growth on it and see if I can, help people out in their journey. If you have it for the right intentions, if you have an intention to sell a course or something, it's not worth it. Your time's best spent wholesaling, but not really, just record yourself and share what you want to share. I would give value if I can, but it wouldn't be something I'd be focusing crazy on. I was doing like a video a month or something. Like it was like it was like free time, Like I spent an hour less doing video games one day just to do a video for a month, So you should not be taking the appointment unless his ballpark was close to yours. Roughly, if you're brand new, though, I would say it's a little different. Corey, Zach, I used some of your techniques you mentioned on yesterday's live and phone, more verified. Cash buyers out of my list. Now I just got to get calling and land my first deal. You got this. I would hop on a live video, but I'm at work. No worries, Corey. I always know you're showing love and value. Appreciate it. Can you wholesale a deal that the owner wants above retail? You can turn it into a sub 2 if there's not a lot of equity. But that would be the only way I could think about it. I would have someone listing it and just get a portion of that. We made close to 6 figures, definitely under just sending our deals to realtors, just getting some from the commissions, but that's what we've done. Let's see here. I'm currently cold calling while watching this. I love it. We're using this dialer. I'm using ZachDialer.com and then I'm using SMSZach.com. So either SMSZach.com or Zach Dialer. I don't think it really matters. Like they're all tools, more or less. But yeah, you just got to make a decision which one you want to be using. All righty. Today was my first time. I called probate list. The first call, don't call my phone again. My wife just, oh, yikes. That's a rough one. Not for the best, but hey, not bad. Not bad for a probate. Let's see. I also need help with taxes. Whatever problem you got, get it. What does JV mean? JV means joint venturing. Go to freewholesaling.com if you haven't. If you haven't gone through freewholesaling.com, then this is the time to be going through it. Yeah, guys, you got to be going to freewholesaling.com. I'm telling you that's where the information's at. That's where the life-changing stuff's at. Guys, you need to be going through freewholesaling.com. It's legit. I'm telling you right now. That's the legit stuff. Plug Me Radio. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, although the numbers are intimidating, but I focus more on Philly, but it seems overrated there. Once you go virtual, you can do anywhere in the country. That's the honest truth, and that's probably one of the biggest parts of it. Like, you can go anywhere. That's one of the best things. We got you, Zach. I'm doing lead gen. The whole 1,300 that I did was too much of a nice county, so I retargeted a better county, so all these leads are worthless. I'm doing orange. Jeez. All right, we'll retarget, man. You got this. That's why I like doing government lists, because you don't usually have that problem much at all. How is Massachusetts market? I'm just starting out. Should I go virtual or stay local? Should I go virtual or stay local? I do 50-50. 50% of the time I would go virtual, and then 50% of the time I'd stay local and see where you're having the best results. That's where I would say you find the best results doing it. Joshua says, where do you pull lead lists from? I've been using batch and text blasting, but I haven't been very successful. I pull leads from listrei.com, aka PropStream, and then text blast through smszac.com. When a seller's firm with their asking price and you want to bring them down $2,000, what's a variable you throw at them? Closing costs. Every time. I'd be doing, closing costs is probably going to be the best variable you can be doing. Got to get my stretches in. Oh, all right. Sorry, working out back today, so back's a little sore. Ishmael says, I've been driving by code violation lots, but can't find the owner through True People. How else can I find the owner? Facebook message them, look them up on the property appraiser website, or just knock on their door. That's probably what I'd be doing. Still haven't closed the deal, man. I'm virtual, having no luck. Well, keep it up. Let me know what market you're in and what kind of marketing you're doing. Appreciate Ryan up here trying to collaborate. That's awesome. Thank you, Ryan. Stoney, aka Justin, says, violence is our variable, LOL, but no, we throw solutions like covering closing costs and fees. There's usually a couple thousand in savings right there for the seller. Exactly what I'm saying. When targeting commercial multifamily, do you use letters and skip trace, or do you just hammer? I would say when you're doing like a big commercial unit, direct mail is probably going to be the best one. I can't. Okay. Plumbing says, Zach, to the deal. Oh, yeah, we closed on it. We closed on the deal. It was amazing. It was awesome. Or we'll see the owner's name, but no number. Yeah, knock on the door. Or just message them on Facebook, like I said. Mike says, Zach, do you use VAs? If so, what company use? We kind of use Upwork more or less, and we have our own VAs. Zach, is your experience Zach, in your experience, are most numbers listed on Triple Search accurate? I seem to be getting a lot of bad data on skip trace. I mean, it's a free list. Like, it's free skip tracing. You got to remember that too. So you're not going to get like the greatest list of all time there, but what I could, I mean, Corey, I mean, you're not going to get the GOAT list for skip tracing on there. You're going to have to pay for it if you want it better. I found out 60 to 70% effective. Like, that's what I've seen. Zach and Mike, in your experience, are most, oh yeah, answer that one. Can you wholesale a sub too? Yes, you can. Go to freewholesaling.com, show you exactly how to do it. Rico says, do you suggest to skip trace all 10,000 from prop monthly? If you don't have the budget, don't. But if you can, yes. You don't have to use the 10,000. Oh, is it a waste? I don't call it a big waste if you don't have the marketing budget for it, you know? I'd recommend wholesaling your terms at a higher rate in addition to purchase price so you can get paid at closing and still cash flow in the middle. 100%. Russian Eskimo says, what's the best way to make good offers? How would you get the price down low? I'm just worried about dealing with rough sellers. The best way to make offers is build rapport and then get a price out of them first. Freewholesaling.com, FREE wholesaling.com, FREE wholesaling.com. That's where it's all at. Harris skipped EMD or paid a low. I recommend $100 earnest money for everyone starting out. I've skipped earnest money, especially starting out in this business. You really got to see where you're at going from there. Hey, Zach, as far as for commercial, is there a reason someone would sell the property directly to a buyer and not just use a broker? Yeah. If it's like a lower, like a 5 unit or 6 unit, yes. When they go above, they usually want to use a broker, but some people are just it's such a distressed asset that it still works pretty well. Guys, what's a good market and a good list to get my first deal? Drawing for dollars. I got to know what market you're in, though. Great show. Thank you. Woo! Zach, multifamily to get the cap, it's monthly NOI over yearly NOI. Again, 1,000 a month divided by. Cap rate's just going to be your net divided by the cost of the purchase of the asset. So, no, because if you buy for $1 million, the cap rate's not going to be good. Now, if you did net operating income, I guess, overall with the purchase price, then yes. What's the quickest you've locked up a deal? I mean, I've gotten a call from a seller on direct mail and locked up the deal like on that call. They're out of state. Let's see what we got here. Lucan says, how does the process of paying taxes work in Florida and wholesaling? Honestly, like if it's in a corporation, it's taxed as a corporation. You don't pay any like state tax for it, which is kind of cool for Florida. If it's personally in your name, you're going to have to pay self-employment tax. If you have an S corp, you don't. Even an LLC, you probably do. Zach, how to market the pre-probates on PropStream, and is it different than one from the court? Pre-probates are not in the court system. So pre-probates on PropStream, aka listrei.com. What pre-probates do in that situation, okay? So the pre-probate is looking at people that deceased that own properties. That's it. There's no special court list for that. Listrei.com is going to go through it, though. Yeah, Dominic, you're in SoCal. I'd do the Inland Empire then if I were you. Would love to talk to you. I'm in the city. I'm trying to do what you're doing, but in Jersey. Okay, not bad. Who is in the San Antonio market? It's a great market still. Wally? Jakari says here, how do you pay someone to bird dog for you? And how do you get paid to bird dog for someone? How do you pay? I would pay a bird dog like 20% of the deal. And how do you get paid a bird dog? Probably a JV agreement or like a handshake. I would probably try to do at least a handshake. Plug Me Radio says the first week I got cursed out so bad I started laughing. I couldn't help it. I forgot how filthy people's mouths can be. The key is not to take it personal and move on. 100% Plug Me Radio. Like, yes. People are going to be mean to you. People are going to curse at you. People are just going to be rude. The honest truth is you're going to have to deal with it sometimes and go from there. Like, you got to use that as motivation to keep going, and you'll definitely find success. Stoney says, when you watch Zach's top 25 virtual markets, then find an agent broker in Cali, preferably SoCal, you have access and capabilities to do deals nationally and offer to partner with both. Yep. What's the difference between an option to purchase? Let's see. What's the difference between an option to purchase agreement and a purchase and sale? Are you talking about a lease option? A lease option is going to be creative financing. Purchase and sale is going to be for wholesaling. We're going to do purchase and sale agreements for wholesaling. Robert says, I got a government listing, got excluded all names and addresses. Should I show up with a FOIA? They won't work with me unless I show it in person. I'm going to know, especially since I paid them. Go in person, bro, and get a FOIA. Ferris says, I got the code voucher. How do I find the best leads? Skip trace them, True People search, and call them. That's what I'd be doing. Let's see here. Inland Empires, LA. Yes, it is. Daniel, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay. So I think remember last time we talked, I had that one list for 1,300. I pulled Water Shut Off in here in Orlando, Winter Park area. Now the Winter Park area is like a little rich city. So
yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so I think what happened was when I called that list, everybody had just sold their house. It was so weird. I called the list. Everybody had literally sold their property for market value already. Like once I called them, like I'm like, hello, is this John, Sally, or whatever? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, are you interested in selling your home? Oh, I just sold it and for $300K. I'll go on Zillow and it was for $300K, listed for $300K. They got $300K over and over again, calling that list just like that.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, so I think what I decided to do was I'm like, okay, Winter Park's a rich area. I fucked up by doing all that work into the Excel. So I'm like, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm actually going to I kind of like, for my investor, I remember when I worked for my investor in that company, he's targeting Volusia County. He's targeting Orange County. So I started just copying whatever he's like doing. So I'm just picking all those counties. So I had a question. So now my new strategy is to target all the same counties he's targeting, just go crazy on marketing, like literally just pull as many lists as possible, government, like code violations, fire damage. Like, what do you think about that strategy?
Bro, that's what I told you to do.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, I know. That's exactly what, yeah, you did tell me to do that. And yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try to keep my mojo dialer in as long as possible because, you know, it's $150 a month. And let's say if that goes out, I will not make no excuses. I would just do Google Voice like you told me to. Yep. Does that sound like a good plan?
That's the plan I told you last time, man.
Okay,
I love it.
For sure. All right, well, that I'm just readjusting, reconfirming. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it.
All right. Get it, man.
All righty. Well, I'll go kill it. Peace out.
Appreciate it.
All right.
I love it. Get it. Guys, most people, like I'm telling you right now, if you are just pulling those government lists, you can do very well. You'll do very well. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's see here. Congrats, Zach. Oh, yeah. Slam dunk. Working on it. I'm working on it. Better every day. Zach, my local city clerk. Yeah, you got to go to the code enforcement department. That's where you're going to find the list. Thanks for the virtual deal. I posted on Craigslist looking for boots on the ground, but no luck. Post on Facebook, the job site for your county. Government lists or code violations, evictions, pre-foreclosures, fire damage. Yes, plus water shut-offs. It's all in freewholesaling.com. Hey, Zach, got some tips on building rapport with seller. Ford method, that's honestly where I found a lot of really good results, is just doing FORD, the Ford method. I'm going to ask Zach, what is the Ford method? What is that? So basically the Ford method is how you can build rapport with your sellers. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Again, Ford is FORD. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Talk about their family. Talk about what they do for a living, occupation, R, recreation, what they like to do for fun, and then D, dreams, where they want to do, where they look for the future. This is going to be the list you're going to be looking for more or less, and that's where you're going to find a lot of really good results. It's definitely one I'd be recommending. So yeah, Ford, FORD. Let's get it. And just talking more or less with the seller, and you should do good results doing it. When pulling government lists, should I say to the clerk when they tell me they are not required to compile data, what law says I can't? Any tips for Richmond? Drawing for dollars works there. I would say drawing for dollars probably going to be your best bet there in Richmond. Zach, before you work out, purchase MSM. That gives you that extra pump and ease in the muscle ache. Not till days later. Try warming up, slight stretching. I personally trained for 17 years. All right. I don't know what MSM is, but I can make sure that's good. But I just drink protein powder sometimes. That's what I do. Vince.
What's up, Zach? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm great, man. I can't complain. I got a couple questions, man. So I'm in the Florida area, Central Florida. Florida, it seems a little tougher. Virtually, I've been successful. I've been in the Cleveland market, the Milwaukee market. I have a deal out in Cleveland I'm trying to seal, but the situation is, my question to you is dealing with siblings. So one of them wants to put it on the market. The house needs work. You know, they're not going to get full retail for the house. And then the other sibling wants to go through my option, you know. My biggest thing is, you know, how do I maneuver to where I try to put them in a group chat, texting them. One tries to ignore me. The other one is like on my side. You get what I'm saying? And so right now I'm just like, I told him like, you know, put it on the market, see what you get for it. You know what I mean? I'm just an option. At the end of the day, I just want the house to be sold because, you know, it was their parents' house. They can't, you know, pay the mortgage off anymore. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, how do I still not be pushy, but still be, you know, I'm the first one to call if something, you know, happens that they want to go that way.
Yeah. The problem with like siblings and heirs is like if they don't like the house or like if they don't like you and they don't want to sell to you, you can't force it. It sucks, man, because you're gonna have one. It's like doing divorce leads, man. Like the husband might be on board, but the wife's gonna say no, and it's impossible. Because at the end of the day, they all have to sign off.
Mm-hmm.
You can. This is a little more advanced, but like you can buy it air out, but that gets very tricky. What's the issue with the people that are ignoring you or don't want to sell?
Well, basically the house was appraised for 120, right? So I guess they kind of let me in and then they don't let me in. So they'd say, oh, it's appraised for 120. They want at least 80, but it's a couple of rooms. I went up to Cleveland for about a couple of weeks, you know, just to do my rounds. And I looked at some of the rooms and it doesn't look like some of them has like a damp room. The basement has like a little water damage. So I'm like, I don't know if someone that wants to be an end buyer, like has a family, come in there at 80,000 and put their family in that situation. So like I'm telling you, once you get a realtor involved, it's going to knock out fees. The closing costs going to knock out fees. You're going to come down to 70 something at least. So they're like, oh well, we still want to see, and then they keep telling me, oh, we're going to put on the market either this weekend or next weekend. I'm like, just go ahead and put it on there. Like, what are y'all waiting for? But they're not really giving me that little extra something to say like, why y'all not? If y'all ready to sell, they say they have a realtor. The realtor's ready. He told them what they need to repair. They're not giving me that little extra. But I'm getting a lot more than I thought. But I'm just like, why is it not y'all already put it on the market? Because the house is in the suburb of Cleveland. You know what I mean? It's you know, it's not a bad area.
Honestly, like in that situation, like how long have you been talking to the seller for?
This has been about almost 2 weeks. I went out when I was out in Cleveland the first week of December. So about 2 weeks now.
I mean, you can follow up for like every week for a month, and like eventually they have to make a decision.
Mm,
Like, hey, I got to make a decision on buying these properties. Like, either you're gonna sell it or not. Like, I got to see what we're gonna do, because
mm,
the problem is, Mr. Seller, you keep telling me you want to sell, but I mean, it's been a month now and we haven't gotten anywhere.
mm, mm.
Is there an underlying issue? Something like you got something's gonna push it. What most likely what happens is like that person who doesn't want to sell, they get in some money trouble, usually during tax time, and they're like, okay, we got to sell now.
Mm.
And that's the big issue you have. So have you discussed that 70K price with like how many errors is it again?
It's 3.
3.
2 of them is like more vocal. The third one I don't think really cares.
So are those 2 okay with that 70K offer?
I told him I could make it go 70K. I was gonna have a contractor come by and check the house out and everything. And long story short, it was miscommunication. She hit me up last minute. I told the contractor, don't worry about it, because I just didn't want to give too much and not come through in 30 days. Because my offer was like 67.5, and I was like, I could move it up to 70, but I just don't want to renege it at the end of the closing day. Be like, hey, we got to come down a couple thousand. That's not how I do, my business.
I get it. At this point, you're going to have to call them again and say, hey, are you ready? If I want to talk to all 3 of you guys, but I want to talk to you guys when you're ready to make a decision on selling the property. If I call you next Monday, are all 3 of you guys ready to sell the property? Yes, we are. Okay, let's go over the phone and let's get something done. And then while you're on the phone with them, hey, I get all their emails beforehand. Hey, I just sent you the agreement. I just signed it. I'm ready to go. Title company's ready to go.
That's real. Appreciate it, man.
Now, the problem is because I don't want you calling them and then they say 2 of them says yes, and then 1 says no. Don't give an offer, because then they'll use that as leverage.
Right.
And then you're going to lose that deal. And then say, hey, I thought you were a man of your word, woman of your word. You said you're ready to make a decision, right? That's it.
That's real. That's real. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Zach, man. That's about it. I think I gave you the question about the lady I got in Milwaukee. I think it's gonna be a steal deal. She wants 94. I'm trying to bring her down to 92, and I'm just giving her everything. Like, I'm giving her all this. I'm showing you how I'm being a positive to your situation. She was a landlord dealing with a tenant that didn't pay rent the past 5-6 months, and she's an older lady, like 77. They stuck in their ways. So it's like she's real firm on her offer. And I'm just telling her, like, this is what I'm doing for you to take care of the house. Why can't you come down, $2,000, $4,000? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, man. So what's the issue with that one?
Well, it's not really the issue. Is just the fact that I don't want to lose the deal, because I know it is a deal. But she's so strong at that 94. I know someone will give her that 94. Just off the strength, because the house in that area been selling for at least 200,000. So
why don't you lock up at 94?
Really, I want a better spread. Just a little more spread. And I told her I would take care. And the thing is, we have to get stuff out of the garage, put it in the storage. She's 77. She said she wanted to fly out there. I'm like, you don't need to fly out to LA to Milwaukee. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get the stuff, put it in the storage, take care of it. We go handle moving costs, and then the storage. So I'm like, I need something in return. That's how I see it.
I mean, do the same thing you did. Like, hey, let's do a call. Are you ready to make a decision to sell? And go from there. The worst decisions when like a 16-year-old kid comes in and locks it up for 120 and ruins the entire deal, because those things happen, man. So I'd be going on it fast. Now, here's the issue, man. I rarely say this, but we're in a special time right now. People tend to shut down after the 23rd or 22nd until like the 27th, 28th. So you got to give people this leeway. I'm the guy that says just hammer, hammer, hammer. But again, like trying to close a deal on Christmas Eve is going to be tough. Most people shut down. They're with their family. So make sure the seller's comfortable. But like, this is something for like next week to be going after, it's a weird week, man. It's always weird. So like we're wrapping up a couple appointments and then we'll probably shut down the 24th, 25th, 26th, and we're back on. So just be careful with that, but you should do fine.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it.
No worries, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Keep it up, man. Thank you. All right. Good job there, Vince. I appreciate it. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We hit 2 hours. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Get out there, start cold calling, go to free